So let's talk a little bit about what is the FLFE service. At its core, just like the service work we did during 2012, it's the activation of a high consciousness field or environment. And in case of the service, it's in a home, in a business, around a cell phone, or around an object. And that's really anywhere in the world.
Yes, and the way we measure the influence of this high consciousness field in many ways. One of the primary ways is the Hawkins scale of consciousness. If you look up Dr. David Hawkins, you'll come across his probably most popular book, Power versus Force. In there, he describes a scale of consciousness, or a map, and he describes the protocols in the back of the book on how to measure consciousness. So the FLFE service is in the universal love or unconditional love zone on the map of consciousness. And we'll talk a lot more about the kind of standardized 3D world research a little later on.
So the FLFE service is activated through the web, through the website. You may have already done that, being on the free trial or as a subscriber, and it happens instantaneously or nearly instantaneously. So there is not a machine sent to the location. There's not anything you have to do. Once you sign up, the FLFE service is quantumly associated with your property or with your cell phone or object, and it's activated. The field activates, it creates a bubble or an environment around your phone or object, or that encompasses your entire property up to your boundaries. So once it gets activated, that's primary part of the FLFE service, is that high consciousness field. Yeah, as Clayton said, it's in the love zone, in the 550 is on the Hawkins map, is where the service starts. There's a slider. You can take it up to 570 at the time we've made this webinar. And that's really in the unconditional love zone, which really people say feels good. It feels great to me. I haven't been in an environment without the FLFE service probably since we started, Clayton.
Yeah, it gets to be something that you don't want to be without. At least that's my experience. I did try one day without it last weekend, which is the first time in I don't know how long, and the world wasn't quite as bright. So it's a good experiment to turn it on and off, which you can do on the control panel. Once you've started your free trial, after we've tested your property, you can turn the service on and off. You can turn the EMF mitigation on and off. And as Jeff said, you can slide or use the slider, the consciousness slider in the control panel to experiment with the fields of consciousness that the technology supports. So you get to be your own consciousness researcher.
And those really are the principles of FLFE, the service work, the customer service, and the control in your hands in that control panel. So be sure to look at that early email and find that way to access your control panel. And yeah, check it out. Be your own consciousness researcher. It's an important part of our ethic that you're in control of the service there as on the free trial or as a FLFE customer. And research is an important part of the FLFE service. So we'll get more into the research later. There's quite a lot of research that we do and continue to do